TikToks aren't working. Several potential possibilities here with the Bears. Looks like that Robert Quinn guy is gonna be partially injured, which could be a devastating situation for us here against that Tom Brady guy. Tom Brady. I tell you what, that guy, he's a bum. Doesn't even know how many downs there are in football. There's 4, by the way, if you don't know. 4 downs in football. That's right. Go Bears. We're here today. Mitch Swarsky live on the Twitch for the first time. I go live usually on the TikToks, but today I decided I'd give it a shot on the Twitch and we'd see how that goes. We got our baby Yoda back there. We got to get him situated with some Bears gear. I tell you what, that robe ain't cutting it. We got to get him a Bears outfit, preferably Urlacher or Ditka. I don't know if he's worthy of the Ditka, but I think he's pretty close. Got some loud neighbors out there. Loud neighbors. I gotta adjust myself. Excuse me just 1 second there. There we go. Look at that. Not easy doing this, tell you what. Rather small. Let's stop messing with the mustache, honestly. It's getting worse. There we go. Yeah, it's good enough. Anyway, the Bears' offensive line doesn't look that good this year, but the running game looks outstanding, which doesn't make any sense when you think about it. They must be channeling their inner sweetnesses. Gotta see if this is working or not. It seems to be, just not very well. Okay, let's try something different here. I'm gonna hit the pause. We're gonna try a different situation. I'll be right back. Sound check, sound check, sound check. Much better. There we go. So there we go. I kind of look like the coach here. Got a little headset going. Little chat time. We'll see what happens here. I think I'll simulcast this with my TikToks, and we'll see how that goes. All right. We're live here on the multiple platforms now. We got the TikToks here and the Twitch up there and the brats over here and the beers over there and the Bears will be on tomorrow. It's a good weekend. Hopefully they bring us victory and we have success. But I don't know. It's gonna be a rough one with Quinn out. It's gonna be a tough game between the Bears and the Buccaneers. Used to be the Buccaneers were a rollover team. You couldn't get them. You couldn't get them to even show up to the football game. They were so bad. They couldn't win a game. Ugh. This mustache, I tell you, it is not easy to keep on. I don't know. It's all crooked and everything, but it's just not working. I tell you what. But you sometimes you just can't help it. What's the hairiest part of my body? Obviously under my nose. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Oh, hi there on the Twitch. Unusual to see people actually drop in and say hi. It's cool. Usually it's on the TikTok. They do the chatting thing. Is it underneath? Well, it isn't on top. I tell you that much. It's pretty well situated where it is. There's nothing up here. I tell you what. That's why we wear the hat. That's why we have the championships right here. That's why we're gonna go to victory on Sunday tomorrow. Bears over the Buccaneers, 347 to -6. The Bears. Even with this headset, I feel like the coach. I tell you, I could call the plays better than Nagy could. Which isn't saying much. It's actually pretty easy to do. The offense doesn't know what they're doing. Defense is pretty good, though. It's going to be difficult without Quinn. But I think they can get it done. Just have another heart attack. First you have to have a sausage lined in the lining of your heart right here. It's got to get stuck. Yeah, he loves the Bears too. He's a big Jesus is a big Bears fan. He he goes through the holy baptisms and the brat juice. We we got the beers, the brats, and the ditkas. Today's the day that we check out our draft picks. So the Saturday games they got a bunch of games going on that are pre-Bears. So we got to see who the pre-Bears are going to be. Only if you're a Bears fan. If you're not a Bears fan, I can't be that. If you're a Packers fan, get out. There's no use for you. I tell you what. Ugh. Aaron Rodgers, though, I tell you, I'm getting kind of sick of that guy. He's almost like the anti-football player. I got video games. I got plenty of video games. Waluigi, that guy's my second cousin's nephew. he's he's a Lions fan, so that's why he didn't make it into Smash Brothers. Games on my phone. I am a game on my phone. Look at me. Shadow, thanks for the follow. Good. Have yourself a beer and a brat. Unless you're too young, then don't have the beer. You just have the brat. Nobody can see. Even Gandalf can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Just because you're from Illinois, don't mean you're a Bears fan. Some of them people like the Packers, and we don't talk to those people. They're what we call traitors. Packers fans, they don't understand the concepts of football. 49ers.
What the hell's a 49er? I'm pretty sure a Bear could beat a 49er. In fact, the 49ers are where we unveiled Refrigerator Perry as a running back. Started the whole trend. I would never root for. I'm a Chicago sports fan. I would never root for a Cardinal. What's good? The Bears are good. Well, if you had the Chicago Bears defense, it would be better. I don't know about no New England defense. That New England defense isn't anything to brag about. I mean, it's not the Bears. Are the Bears good? They seem to be. The Bears. I remember you, Yoda. You're probably confused by the get-up with the American football. The Bears. What is this Buffalo you speak of? Is that the mini Bears? Trubisky killed it for you guys. Trubisky's not on the Bears anymore. He's not our quarterback. We have some guy named Fields. I tell you, everybody wants to go back to that poor Mitch Trubisky guy. The only thing he had going was his last name. That was a beautiful Bears quarterback named Trubisky. You couldn't get a better Bears name. Real mustache? I hope not. It's not doing a good job staying on my face either. It's difficult. He's with the best team. I, that sentence is not part of the English vernacular, my friend. What you meant to say, he was used to be on the best team, known as the Chicago Bears. But I know what you meant. It's okay. Everybody keeps talking about these Buffalo Bills. I've never heard of them. Did they ever win their division? I tell you, I haven't heard so many Buffalo Bill fans in my life. It was like all of a sudden they just popped out of the woodworks. The hell's a Paul Blart? Well, Buffalo could go to the Super Bowl, but they'd lose to the Chicago Bears, clearly. Is it morning for me? It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my friend. On a Saturday afternoon. Getting ready, primetime football next week. 3:25 p.m. Bears versus Buccaneers. Bears will win 327 to -3. They can go to the Super Bowl. They're still going to lose to a certain team from a certain city who was once coached by a certain coach. I do live in Indiana, right next to the greatest city known to mankind. We're even on the same time frame as that team from the greatest city of all time. In fact, they thought about coming to our state. Heavens no. There's more to Indiana than corn and Gary. General Kenobi, huh? He was a good linebacker in the 1950s for the Chicago Bears. Before the great purge of Papa. That cheapskate couldn't keep people if he tried with his penny pinching ways. Indy, they have a garbage team. I like my hat too. It's been around the family for generations, at least two. Since 2006. That's when they went to the Super Bowl. And the greatest first half of the history of the Super Bowl, by the way. Well, it's warm. It keeps me warm. It's cold outside. It's slowly turning into winter outside. The last time the Bears won the North was the year 2008, my friend, or 2000. 18, with Mitchell Trubisky as the quarterback. They clinched it in Chicago against a certain quarterback named Aaron Rodgers. It was the happiest day of every Bears fan's life to watch that scumbag lose. I tell you what. This is the football. That is correct. I know you. I know it's that you're indoctrinated by that European nonsense where they actually use feet in football. Turns out that using your feet in football is ridiculous. He tried telling me that he owed me last week, and I'm trying to figure out where my paycheck is because he doesn't. If he doesn't pay me, he can't owe me. So he hasn't paid me yet. Opinion on LeBron James. Talk to me when you play the most important part of any sport there is, defense. I'll give you an opinion on LeBron James then. How about them Bulls? I tell you what, we're going to go right in from football to basketball. The Bulls look like the 1996 Bulls. They're going to go 82-0. Clearly, they're going to win the NBA title. Who is Paul? Ugh. Haven't been relevant. Well, they were on a nap. Now they're awake. Clearly, they know what they're doing. They're on top of things. Do I work security? I don't think so, my friend, unless they pay me in brats and beers, and I don't think the Bears are going to do that. Paul Blart. What the hell's a Paul Blart? Calm down to what? Eh. Oh, I see how it is. No, I'm still talking. Gotta get me some happy juice, though. I'm not sponsored by him, but I sure love him. Dr. Pepper. It's the greatest pop on the face of the earth. Is that a real stash dude? Yeah, I don't know what we're being aggravated. I don't know what she meant by that. The Bears, the coach, the beers, the brats. If you have those things, you have a winner, my friend. Clearly, clearly, everyone else in the country is mistaken. They don't understand the greatness of being a Chicago Bears fan. It's just one of those things that you're born into, or we can baptize you in Ditka barbecue sauce. And there's no greater thing than Ditka barbecue sauce. Capono, thank you for the follow. Have yourself a beer and a brat unless you're underage. In that case, have two brats. The Bears. I am big. Thank you for the follow. You too have yourself a beer and brats. Unless underaged, of course, then you have yourself two brats. Clearly, they are on their way, my friend, to the greatest season in the history of the NFL. Going to go 14-3 and sweep through the playoffs without giving up a single point. I couldn't say that name if my life depended on it. Da Bears. No need to say that because you're pretty obvious when you're talking about da Bears. Clearly, my friend, that's how it works. When you're talking about the greatest team from the greatest city who was once coached by the greatest coach in the history of the NFL, there's no need to mention the unmentionables. Oh, I doubt it, my friend. We seem to have worked out our kinks. I think they have a plan on how to beat Tampa Bay. Hello, Denmark. Might be a little confusing to a Danish person what the Bears are, but let me tell you, they're the greatest team and the greatest sport and the greatest city on the planet. I don't know. That's why I'm wearing the headset. I think I can get the plays in better than he can. It is an honor to coach the Bears. Most people don't understand that. Nice stash. It took forever to grow it, like upwards of 45 seconds, my friend. When you're a Bears fan, you just have to frizzle your face like, and a mustache automatically appears in the shape of Ditka's stash. Clearly, that's how it works. You become the Bears coach to become the greatest coach in the history of football. That's what happened with Ditka. Go Bears. That's right. The Bears. Well, the only thing you need to know, my friend, about football is the Chicago Bears are the greatest thing to ever happen to American sports. I've never played the Pokemans before. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, it's the beauty of the world. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, whether it's right or wrong or not. I mean, sometimes the truth hurts, my friend. The Bears are the greatest thing since actually brown mustard, probably. Why do I think soccer is not popular in America? Because they use their feet. In America, we use our hands to do things. Name a sport that's popular in America that uses their foot. I can't name a single one. What's the most pathetic position in football? The foot, the kicker, and the punter. Shouldn't you use your foot in football? That's the most ridiculous statement in the history of the planet, other than saying you're a Packers fan. Why wouldn't you want to dress yourself in armor and smash yourself against another 300-pound individual in a test of raw strength to see which one of you is the better Chicago Bear? Minnesota. Why on earth would I want to go to that fun-loving state where they have those Minnesota Vikings? They can't even get their roof to stay on top of their stadium. The Bears. What would I do with a treadmill? The hell good would that do me? I can get a beer and a brat much cheaper. And then put the Bears on and watch them do all the running. I kicked the phone. That one made me chuckle so hard I almost dropped my phone. uh, But yes, I think this is where I'm actually going to call it, folks. I got some things I got to get done and some people I got to go see and harass about them being Packers fans. So I will talk to you all later. You all have a good one. I'm out of here. We're going to go have some fun. Everybody be sure to tune into the Bears tomorrow at 325 Central. Go Bears, beat them Buccaneers. You all have a good one. It's mostly because this.